Hello people. I wasn't online yesterday or anything, or doing any posts or creating anything yesterday because what happened was I went and bought one of those vodka peach bottles again, and I bought two of the weaker Smirnoff Ice bottles. And I drank virtually the entire bottle of the 35% Smirnoff Peach. And what happened as a result of virtually drinking the entire bottle was basically I had to ring the 111 NHS service and ask for emergency help and tell them all my symptoms because I was extremely poorly. I mean, like, not just a little bit poorly, I mean very poorly. And I had to basically get their advice, and they said that after all the assessment questions they ran through, they said that, oh right, we'll refer you to the ambulance service. And so I went to, that all went to the ambulance, and the ambulance service, they recommended at 111 that I ring somebody and stay on the phone so I don't pass out and go unconscious. And so what I had to do was I had to basically ring my mum and stepdad and speak to them on the phone. And they rang the police apparently and asked them to hurry the ambulance along and try and get them to basically come and help. And so when they rang up ambulances and tried to get the ambulance to move along quickly, basically that they came then on blue flashing lights, on a blue light call out, because it was very serious. I basically I made myself extremely ill, because nobody can drink an entire bottle of Smirnoff 35% vodka and not feel really sick and ill afterwards. Obviously it was alcohol poisoning, more or less, give or take, but I was very poorly. I made myself very poorly by doing such a stupid, pathetic thing in the first place, which was all again a cry for attention and a cry for help and a cry for attention, basically. And basically wanting loads of attention, so I thought it'd be funny to do that. And then, like, obviously the ambulance crew came. They spent quite a little bit of time in the house, like doing all my obs and stuff and doing my oxygen levels and the heart rates, ECG, and did that where they prick the finger with a needle and get a bit of blood as well. They did that, and just like checking my vital signs, basically. And they said all that's come back normal. They said all your vital signs are completely normal, your oxygen levels are okay, your heart rate's all right, there's no issues there. I was just telling them how bad I was, and that I was actually struggling to breathe at one point, and like struggling to breathe and really struggling to breathe. And they kept saying, come on love, you really need to slow your breathing down, come on love, and all that, and being very helpful and kind. But basically they said, we think really you could just stay at home and sleep it off, really. But they said, you know your own body. Do you think you need to go into hospital? And I was saying I do need to go in. I was saying I can't stay here. I need to go in. Because I couldn't physically vomit either. I'd gotten in such a state that I couldn't even physically vomit. I was struggling to breathe, so vomiting was virtually impossible. So that didn't happen. They took me in the ambulance, and basically Simon had to rush home a little bit early from work because I was at his house at the time. So Simon had to rush home a little bit early from work. Not that early, but only a little bit. And he had to rush home, and he came in the back of the ambulance with me to hospital. And basically he supported me, but I could barely speak, and I was like really struggling with my breathing. I was just like in a very, very, very bad way because of what I did for attention. Basically, a lot of my behaviour is linked to attention seeking. Yes, it's wasting emergency services time in the sense that, you know, if I didn't do these stupid behaviours to start with, they wouldn't have to come out rushing out to me, and they could go to somebody that's having a heart attack or dying of a stroke, or somebody that's having a very genuine, not caused by themselves emergency. Then they could have gone to them, but instead they were having to deal with me and take me to hospital. And basically I stayed in the hospital A&E department for a while. They were doing all my obs there as well and keeping check on me. And in the end, they gave me some anti-sickness meds to stop me from puking up everywhere and violently vomiting anywhere. But I couldn't physically vomit, even though my body was telling me I feel really sick, I feel really queasy. I just couldn't vomit. And so it was all like, basically, yeah, it probably would have been classed as self-inflicted and not very good in that sense. And obviously it is wasting their time because they could be dealing with people that haven't self-inflicted illness on themselves for attention, basically. Because that's my latest thing, that I will do something to get attention, and I thought that was the best way of getting attention, was doing that to myself. So I don't know what people think of those actions, what people think of what I did last night, to get attention from ambulances and hospitals. It is very pathetic, it is very stupid, I do know that. And looking back on it, you know, it could have, you know, goodness knows, it upset a lot of people. Basically, it upset my mum and stepdad, and it wasn't very good, because they were really upset and worried, and it just basically hurts a lot of people. My actions for attention hurt others and create upset and anxiety for others. I mean, I'm now actively doing these things daily for attention so that I can get loads of attention. And that's like a very negative and bad trait of mine that I do now have. Well, I've always had to a degree. But yeah, basically going to hospital is not the best way to spend your time to get attention. And I do realise it was a very disgusting thing to do to begin with, self-inflict this extreme matter of illness on myself just for attention. But yeah, it has got to stop sooner or later. Stop wasting the certain services time, and stop wasting the ambulance and hospitals times, basically. So it has got to stop sooner or later. Whether I'll go on to do that as a daily behaviour, and a daily behaviour where I'm doing it daily so that I can get the attention that I crave daily from doing that, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I'll probably end up doing it again. I always do when I'm super, super desperate for attention and sympathy and stuff. Because obviously the ambulance and hospital staff are very sympathetic, and it gives me a lot of sympathy as well. But yeah, I really kind of get off on that and get a thrill and a kick out of getting that attention. But yeah, I was very, very, very ill last night, to be fair. But yeah, okay, people, that's about it, really. I'm going to go now. Just leave open honest thoughts and opinions. But yeah, okay, bye.